introduction to Test cricket was real stop-start, and he's
left runs on the table.
Without a doubt.
He could have scored a lot more runs in international cricket than he has.
Then we've just had this Border Gavaskar trophy where he's essentially dropped himself for a Test. And England and India lose for the first time in 10 years. That's on his watch. They just lost against New Zealand 3-0. So some highs, some lows, and a little bit in between. That's why the question is, how will he be remembered?
Well, he's got a lot of credit, I'll put it that way. But when you say the highs and the lows, that's sport. That's how it is. You're up, you're down, you win, you lose. It's how quickly you get back on the horse and do what you do. I mean,
but I suppose what John's saying is, a lot of great players are just a lot more.
If you compare him with Virat Kohli, if he calls it a day, you'd say one of the all-time greats. He was at the top of his game.
Played on too long.
Top of his game for 10 years, and then the last 2 years, diminishing return. Called it a day, that was it. But he will go down as an absolute legend of the game. Won a World Cup in 2011. Won another World Cup in 2011. Was he positive? Can't even remember. That's his leg. It's kind of a bit more obvious. But Rohit, I find it more confusing to bookend.
I think the difference is that Rohit will get a lot of credit for captaincy.
Okay.
Even though I thought Virat was a fine Test captain.
Yeah.
It hasn't worked for
A different sort.
Very different.
Hearts on his sleeve and confrontational.
But I think,
and a different coach as well.
Yeah, but I think he was. Yeah, definitely. I think he was quite good at some of the things that Rohit isn't good at, which is a bit like. Remember when we used to say Ricky Ponting's not a great tactician? But Ricky Ponting was really good at getting average players to run through a wall for him. Virat could get average players to run through a wall, whereas Rohit's much better at using the average players, right? So there's a different way that we look at it. But yeah, I think Rohit's legacy is a little bit confusing. A lot of this also depends on what happens next.
Well, yeah,
right?
It does. Yeah.
You can be. You look at Mohammad Yusuf from Pakistan, right? We all think that Mohammad Yusuf was a great bat, right? I'm the first person to say his name out loud in the last 3 weeks, right? He doesn't get mentioned much anymore. That's because Yunus Khan came on the back of him. Now we've had Babar Azam come on the back. They've had other players. Sometimes you just miss your moment and you go away. And I think, with Rohit, if India go on to win 3 World Cups in the next 8-10 years, then Rohit's 1 World Cup will be seen as, that was nice. Whereas the next captain, if he wins 2 or 3, will get the credit, right?